In this session, we are going to see chapter number 2, functions of management. There are several functions a management has to carry on. Among those functions, we will be dealing about the important functions that management has to carry on compulsorily. The first and foremost function a management has to carry on is planning. Planning refers to deciding in advance. That is, nothing can be performed without planning. The first and foremost activity of any task or any action is planning. In our day-to-day life also, to do any task, even when we want to sleep or even when we want to do some recreation work, we first plan out when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, and by whom it has to be performed. Likewise, in day-to-day life as well as in business entities, planning is a primary function. Without planning, nothing can be achieved. The second management function is going to be of a motivation. It is the process of stimulating people to action to accomplish the goal. There are different types of motivations depending upon the circumstances, depending upon the workforce. A workforce always requires a motivation. Without the motivation, workforce will not perform the job. One of the basic or one of the essential type of motivation that a worker requires is financial motivation. Wherever the workers are being motivated by financially, definitely the outcome or the performance of the worker will be high. The next one that we are going to see is controlling. Each and everyone are being controlled by one or the other. Without controlling, nothing can be done properly. So controlling is nothing but of just monitoring, and it has been compared with the standards that have been predefined in advance. So controlling, it is a function which facilitates the management of actual performance with the predetermined standards. The next one that we are going to see is going to be innovation. What is innovation? Innovation is nothing but the same idea, the same product, the same concept is being redefined to the latest taste and likes, and it's been presented in a different manner. That is known as innovation. Innovation refers to the preparation of personnel and organization to face the changes made in the business world. Now we are going to move on to the next chapter by name management by objective and management by exception. What is meant by management by objective? Every management has an objective or goal or aim for the particular organization or a concern or a company or a shop or anything. Management by objective is to measure and judge performance to related to individual performance to organizational goal. So after 3 months, after 6 months, after 1 year, the performance of each and every employee, the performance of the entire concern, the sales, the production, the manufacturing, the purchase, everything will be compared and will be found out whether it has achieved the goal of the management. Next term is management by exception. So what is exception? Exceptional things. What are the things that has to be not to be taken care, must not be taken care by the deciding or managing authority? So management by exception is a style of business management that focuses on identifying and handling cases that divert from the norms. So, in simple words, we can say the management by exception is taking care about the only important or peculiar, problematic, or attention seeking problems. And what are the things that are minor in nature? Those things can be handled by the junior person, and whichever that has been very much important for the business concern, smooth functioning, are to be taken care by the deciding authority or the senior person or senior consultants. Now let us see the advantages of MBO. MBO process helps the manager to understand their role in the total organization. Manager recognize the need for planning and appreciate the planning. So the manager will plan out what all the objectives that has to be achieved by each and every employee of the concern. Ultimately, the objective of each and every employee will be the objective of the organization. So in our reverse order, we can say the objective of the organization is nothing but the objective of the employee, or the objective of the employee is nothing but the objective of the organization. Importance of management by exception. It saves the time of managers because they deal only with the exceptional matters. It focuses managerial attention on major problems. So because of the implementation of management by exception, the full concentration of the topmost people or the topmost employees of the company will be taking care about only the major issues or the major problems of the company, and the least or the minor or the small issues will be dealt with by the subordinates in the organization. Next is KRA, key result area. Key result area are the fixed on the basis of organizational objective premises. Key result area are arranged on priority basis. Key result area indicates the strength of an organization. That means they will prioritize the entire work of the organization based on which is the very much important, and the second important, the third important. Likewise, it will be arranged in order which is very much important. So the business people will be concentrating on the major problems or the major issues or the major element of the business. This session I am going to conclude both the chapters, chapter number 2 and chapter number 3. Chapter number 2 dealt with the functions of management, that is planning, motivation, controlling and innovation. And chapter number 3 we dealt with the management by objective and management by exception. What is MBO, what is MBE, what are the advantages of MBO, what is the advantage of MBE, and the last important term that we dealt is key result area, that is of which is the important area in the business that has to be taken care first. So thank you.